Mic check, mic check. What's going on, world? You already know it's your boy SB, and I'd like to welcome y'all back to episode 10 of season 5 of the Roll Up Podcast. As always, before we go anywhere, I gotta show y'all some love, and I want to let y'all know that I appreciate each and every one of y'all for y'all continuous support. I really appreciate all the streams, the likes, the comments, the shares, because as I say in every episode, as I'm going to continue to say, we're taking the campaign worldwide, and it wouldn't be possible without y'all doing what y'all do. Because let me tell y'all something about the word of mouth and the power of support. Recently, y'all know Shannon Sharp did an interview with Cat Williams, and they gained on all social media platforms over 50 million streams on the first day, damn near 300 million streams total, and they gained 2.2 million followers on all social media streams. And it all happened via word of mouth. And I'm not comparing my platform to Club Shay Shay because he got his own thing going on, but the power of word of mouth is real. And in order for the campaign to keep growing like it is because of y'all doing what y'all do. So I just want to thank y'all in advance for, showing love to the movement. If you haven't done so already, please like, comment, and subscribe to the campaign. You can follow the podcast now via YouTube. You can follow and subscribe to the campaign on Apple Podcasts and Spotify Podcasts and wherever else you seek motivation. I will also highly recommend, if you haven't done so already, to check out the SauceBradyExperience.com. That's the official hub of the Roll Up Podcast. I got a lot of great segments that are about to get added to the movement, and the one way to not miss a beat is to tap in and stay up to date with what's going on. Also, I would like to recommend, y'all check out the Sauce Factory and grab you some merch. The trap open 24/7, so you can use code TRUPOD, that's TRUPOD, to receive 30% off your merch at any time. The Season 5 collection going crazy. I'm working on an all-female line right now, so y'all be on the lookout for that in a couple weeks. I also have 2 books out right now for sale on Amazon and Barnes & Noble. One is titled Here's the Truth. The other one is titled You Deserve Better. Because at the end of the day, you one decision away from changing your life. And if you're going to change your life for the first time, or, if you in the process and you're stuck and you're trying to get more motivation, I would highly recommend making the decision to grab one of those books because it could be the spark you need to change your life. I'm also working on Gaming with Sauce. That'll be a live stream where I'll be, playing my favorite video games, and we can do a Q&A, so y'all can get to know me a little bit better, know the man behind the mic. So y'all make sure y'all be on the lookout for that as well. So as always, I got the important stuff out the way. Now it's time to get down to the nitty gritty. And as always, I got to start off with a quote. And today's topic of conversation comes from one of the greatest soccer players of all time, and that's Mr. Pele. And his quote reads, "Success is no accident. It is hard work, perseverance, learning, studying, sacrifice, and most of all, the love of what you're doing or learning to do." And I labeled this season the comeback season because that is exactly what it is. It's a comeback. Because over the last 11 years, I've endured many hardships and overcame many adversities. But through it all, I've had the mindset that we will be here where we are today on the 10th episode of season 5 of the Roll Up Podcast. Maybe the same has been for you. Maybe the last few years you haven't been able to catch a break and life has been chipping at you. And while you thought you were being torn down, God was chiseling you for the moment that you're in right now. As the opening quote confirms, success is no accident. It is not every day that you slip and fall into the perfect situation. But in order for that situation to unfold, you have to put in an insane amount of unseen work, cry yourself to sleep, and have learned or still learning how to put the pieces back together. All of these steps are key ingredients to your desired level of success. And in order to get a greater understanding of Pele's quote, let's get deeper into a few of the key words from that quote. By definition, to persevere means to continue in the course of action, even in the face of difficulty or with little or no prospect of success. In other words, as we touched on in the last episode, it's the ability to keep swimming. Life is going to bust your balls. There's no getting around that. And if you think life is going to be 100% fair, 100% your way every time, you are sadly mistaken. Adversities are going to come, and you will be forced to face the harshness of the inclement weather. To keep going when you're gassed is probably one of the most mentally draining process and parts of the journey, because you will get a case of the quote-unquote imposter syndrome. But as I said in both books, you're one decision away from changing your life. Every time you get the urge to quit, keep going. Even if you can't catch your breath and life is trying to suffocate you, the same way you claw for air is the same tenacity required to achieving your goals. Back in 2017, I had picked up the habit of smoking cigarettes. And I wanted to quit smoking, so I decided to buy a book every time I wanted to buy some cigarettes. And it was arguably one of the greatest trade-offs I've ever made in my life. But the lessons that followed were a test to see if I believed in what I was reading, and it inspired me to forgive myself for a few things. Reading a ton of self-help material is important, but it is equally important that we apply what we've been digesting. Same goes for studying. The only way to truly understand yourself is by studying. And if, for example, by studying celebrities that have overcome a similar adversity to what you're going through, we see the journey from point A to point B. We see what they've been through and the mindsets that they were able to pick up and put down along the way. And heavy is the head that wears the crown, because the sacrifice to become greater is a necessity. Without sacrifice, without hardship, without challenges, we aren't given the opportunity to prove our worth. But it's through a change in both perception and perspective that we see that those situations were all lessons learned. When they go from lessons learned to lessons applied, the real magic begins. But all of the things I listed above, the next point is the most important aspect of living a fulfilled life. And that's without the love of appreciation of what you do, you will always feel unsatisfied. Without the passion to see the mission through, you will always wonder if you could be doing more and questioning your potential. I hate to get cliche, but when you love what you do, you'll never work a day in your life. Finding something that you love to do, even if it's something new that you've picked up, fall in love with it in the process and see where the magic takes you. My message for today is very simple. Success is no accident. People don't get lucky. They prepare themselves. They work hard. They endure adversity. They bleed, sweat, and cried 1,000 times before you saw their face for the first time. And as I've said before, run your race. Don't worry about why they're getting opportunities that you feel like are for you. Don't neglect yourself the opportunity to grow. Nurture your mind and remind yourself of your championship lineage. In closing, this is our time, and our time can only be etched in stone by handling business today. That means putting in an insane amount of work, constant reading and note-taking, and again, most important of all, application. Because hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work hard. So starting today, let's put more focus on the journey than the destination. This was a short episode today, but I feel like it was action-packed. I feel like it was something that you needed to hear. That's why you're here listening to this episode right now. So if it's something that you needed to hear, again, share it with a homie, like, comment, and subscribe to the campaign. Comment on the Instagram post. Let me know how you feel about it. Let me know what you think. Because as I'm going to continue to say through all 80 episodes of this year is going to be our year. And it's through consistency and hard work and perseverance and ultimately preparing ourselves. That's what's going to get us to the next level. So, with that being said, make sure you tap into the Roll Up Podcast. Make sure you follow the campaign via social media. Make sure you check out the SauceBradyExperience.com. Make sure you use code TRUPOD, that's TRUPOD, to get 30% off your order. Make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel. Make sure, you know what I'm saying? You treat yourself to a nice little doobie because you already know you deserve it. It's your boy. We signing out. I'm going to holler at you. Peace.